So when you use drugs or alcohol or any other drugs or substances for elation, for euphoria, for passing time, for having fun, you disturb what we call your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is how your body functions with nature. When the sun is out, you wake up and you work. When it's dark, you sleep and recharge. So when you use drugs, you disturb that. And once that is disturbed, it means all the processes that your brain is supposed to, manage are delayed, so you might be slow, you might be faster than you're supposed to. Also, drugs and alcohol are very, influential when it comes to wrong choices or poor choices, for lack of a better word. So yeah, that's it. And then feelings of loneliness or isolation, when you always feel like, oh, I'm alone, and then that's what fucks you up. And then there are many types of mental illnesses or disorders, and they can occur at the same time. Some can be short-lived, while some are long-lasting. So these are just some of the ones that we'll be talking about. These are just the ones that I feel like you need to give attention to. We have adolescent disorders, aging disorder, anxiety disorders, bipolar mood disorders, eating disorders, grief and loss, postnatal depression, PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia and psychotic disorders, substance use disorders, and addiction. And that wraps up what we call mental health. So now we're getting into mental wellness and its importance. According to the definitions, mental wellness is an internal resource that helps us think, feel, connect, and function. An active process that helps us to build resilience, grow, and flourish. Doing things that make you feel good, happy, or meaningful will increase your mental wellness, resulting in an increase in your mental health. That was clear, that was straight to the point, it was perfect. Mental health and wellness contribute a lot towards how you function in your life. By improving your mental wellness, your mental health will improve with it, which in turn makes for a healthier life. Causes of mental health issues in South Africa. We have higher education and employment. So a lot of people are not educated, a lot of people are unemployed. It's prone to cause depression, it's prone to cause stress, it's prone to, even as the year goes, to have PTSD from that, because it's trauma, it's a trauma. And then we have gender gaps. And then here's what it says: those identifying as non-binary or third gender had the lowest mental well-being of any gender group. Just over half of them, 51%, were either distressed or struggling on a clinical level. Right. And then here it says about 1 in 3 South Africans is living with either depression, anxiety, and all these other substance use disorders such as alcoholism at some stage in their lives, according to the 2009 South African Stress and Health Survey. I know it's a very old source, but not much is given into what this nation is going through. I mean, people are not willing to invest in mental wellness. People are not willing to adjust and shift paradigms for people to be well mentally so that we can function well as a society. People are not willing to do that. They're not willing to invest in your mental health. They're not willing to even care that you're good. You're supposed to wake up, go to work for 8 hours, go home, and go back to work again in the morning. That's how it is. That's what they want. You're a machine, you're a tool, you are a means to an end, like Karl Marx would say, Right. So it's very sad that 1 in 3, hi guys, hi, not 1 in 10 or 1 in 20, 1 in 3. And it says, yet 3/4 of those who experience such mental health conditions will never be treated. So we are a struggling generation, we're a struggling society, we're a struggling nation, yet we have the best in the world. The best gold is sourced from here, the best coal, the best platinum comes from South Africa. Lol, we have diamonds that, oh guys, there's just so much. But just to look at our mental health and our well-being, no one is willing to give a damn about it. That's why STC is here. That's why we have Boitekanelo, because we're trying to bring awareness and show people that this is really important. You might also be suffering from mental illnesses and you're not aware because it's a norm for you, you know. But once you go to therapy, once you go for psychotherapy and, you know, have a chat with an expert, you will realize that you actually hurt, you know, you're actually going through the most, you know. Yeah, and then that's it for mental health, mental wellness, and we're gonna do well-being now. Well-being. A positive outcome that is meaningful for people and for many sectors of society. Because it tells us that people perceive that their lives are going well. Good living conditions are fundamental to well-being. And then here in my notes I wrote nature versus nurture. So this was just to remind me of how important your environment is to your well-being. Well-being is defined. Okay, how your well-being is defined will be solely based on your mental health and also your mental wellness. So we could use those two matrix to, you know, define your well-being, but also there are a lot of things that are outside of, you know, societal constructs and things like relationships and bonds. Things like a lot of your environment influences how you are to behave. Your environment work so much, but it's beautiful like this. Your environment plays a very vital role in terms of what outcome your well-being will be said to be, or how you'll act out in society. Like people would say, charity begins at home. Home not necessarily being the house that you live in, but home being your comfort zone, the way you maneuver through life, the way you uphold yourself, your morals, your values, your standards of living. That's what is the environment that you live in. And also these things are fueled by outside things like your parents, like your friends, like every relationship that you hold and that you have. If you get what I'm trying to say, we can move on, right? So yeah, simply put, well-being is the quality of relationships. You know, are you someone who breaks out of relationships quickly? Are you someone who's always said to be the problem, but you don't want to admit that you're the problem? Are you that someone who has a terrible relationship history, like when it comes to your friends and bonds that you've broken, that you've had? Are you still solid with people that you met, or are you just about just cutting people and just, you know, moving on with the life and doing the things that you want to do because these people are slowing you down, right? And then also the positive emotions that you carry. Are you a positive person? Do you speak good of yourself? Do you speak good of others? Do you see good in yourself? Do you see good in others? Do you think that good can exist? Do you think that is there even such a thing as being good? And no, I'm not saying you should look at it from a point of, nah, someone is being rude to me, now I'm being rude to them. No, it's not about that. It's just about you thinking and believing in good and just its existence, and also knowing or understanding that the universe has put good in each and everything. You know, I don't know if you understand, but yeah, you'll get there as time goes, cause I don't want to be too deep. This is just the first image, this is the first video, so I don't want to like trample people's thoughts. I don't want you to go home with a lot of things I thought after class, understand? So I gently, guys. And then also here, the resilience. Like, if bad things happen to you, do you take it like a baby or do you take it like a man? You know, like or what happens, what becomes the strategy of your survival. There's also realization of one's potential. Do you think that your potential of something, and when you feel like doing something, do you execute or do you not execute? Do you think it's for certain people only, for a certain breed of genetics, for a certain group of people, for, you know, do you limit yourself or do you not limit yourself? Do you believe in yourself and do you go for the things that you believe in, or are you just flowing with the flow? Wherever the wind blows, you go. And then yeah, overall satisfaction with life. Are you happy? Are you happy with yourself? Are you content? Are you fine with the way that things are? Not in a sense of not wanting to change things, but in a sense of like, are you content? Like, the way your home is and where you come from, are you grateful that you come from such a family? Are you grateful that you have gotten to this place that you are at now in your life? Are you happy? Yes, some of the things you haven't reached, but do you still have hope in reaching your goals? Like, do you still have hope in achieving and becoming that which you have always believed and known yourself to be? That's the overall satisfaction with life. Yes, there are things that you want to change. Obviously, I want to move out of this house. I want to go to a place where I can have space, where I can have quietness, but it doesn't mean I'm ungrateful for it, you understand? At least this is the most quiet place in the whole entire of Johannesburg, where within spaces that I can go to and feel comfortable and actually do this, you understand? So yeah. And then feelings of well-being range from depression to joy. Exeni, when you greet someone, they tell you I'm good, and you say you are also good. That's the whole thing. Not to say that you're good because you're or you're good because you don't want to conversate about it, but you're actually good about it. You know, that's the whole. Why did I close my textbook? Yeah. So your overall look, the quality of your relationships, how you treat others, how you relate to yourself. So these three topics basically cover those. So thank you guys for tuning in. Boitekanelo. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most definitely click on the bell down below. Please tell your friends to tell their other friends that's going down, and Boitekanelo is the name of the show. I honor in you a place where heaven resides, a place in you that is in me, for we are one. Namaste. I am because you are because I am. You are I and I'm also I, therefore we are both I and I. Roots. Give thanks to Lesedi, everyone. Thank you all. It's a blessing to have gotten to where we are now, and moving forward, we do promise that we will bring really substantial topics and things are gonna be good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please go to www.boitekanelo.blogspot.com for like blog posts that have been posted before, maybe just to go see. Please, it's okay to also leave a comment here in the comment section to tell what should happen, what should not. This is not my show, this is our show. You are the director. You are actually the person I'm really working towards giving these messages. You know, I want your well-being to be well. I want your wellness. I want your mental health to be positive. I want you to be happy. I want you to flourish. I want you to become the best version of yourself and not to look down on yourself. I want you to be happy and I want you to be content. I want you to be very peaceful and at peace with everything that's happening in your life. I want you to be positive and work towards your own good and build yourself and become the great that you are. I want you to meet your higher self. I want you to also become the higher self of yours after meeting that higher self. Thank you so much. Wishing you all boitekanelo in all aspects of your life. That's a wrap. Why did I close my textbook? That's the whole thing that means to. Hey Gemma, hey Gemma, hey Gemma,